What's good, Drag Race fans? I'm Nubian Flex, and this is Nubian's RuCap for RuPaul's Drag Race Season 15, Episode 4, The Snatch Game.
Supersize.
We are in the workroom after Princess Poppy's elimination, and Amethyst says, "I'm gagged that I'm still here." Immediately, one of the queens says, "Us too." I think the only one who heard it was Robin, because Robin caught all the shade. The queens sit down and discuss the rankings so far. Lux Noir London ranks Sasha Colby first, her second, and Lucy LaDuca third. Lucy LaDuca was not having any of that. She was like, "Bitch, I'm second." She's not playing with these girls. She really wants some respect on her name. In my opinion, you shouldn't try so hard to get the other girls to acknowledge you. Maybe her ego is still bruised after that talent show. It seems like she feels this strong need to redeem herself. RuPaul walks into the workroom and announces that the Maxi Challenge will be a supersized edition of Snatch Game. That's right, the Snatch has come early. Don't I always? The queens will be divided into two groups of 7, and since this Snatch Game is going to be extra long, I'm going to quickly critique each queen one by one. First, let's start with Marsha as Tim Gunn. Now this is twice Marsha has surprised me with her comedic chops. First it was the talent show, and now the Snatch Game. I wasn't expecting her to be this funny. The way she said, "so scandalous," in that gay accent was so funny to me. Next we have Lux Noir London as Amanda Lepore. There was nothing funny about her performance. It was safe at best. I feel like the camera only had her speak once. I don't even remember her playing Snatch Game. Next we have Malaysia Baby Doll Fox as Saucy Santana. She looked just like Saucy Santana, but it was a missed opportunity for me. There was so much you could have done with Saucy Santana. And that was it? That's all we got? Next we have Mistress Isabel Brooks as Rosie O'Donnell. Mistress did an amazing job. When she called RuPaul a lesbian in a suit, that sent me. I was screaming.
I can see a fellow lesbian in a suit. You look sharp.
Next we have Anitra as Georgina Ramsey. I did not get this one. I just didn't get it. I think Anitra is starting to fade in the background, and Anitra was my top runner the very first episode. I really want Anitra to shine again. Come on, Anitra. This wasn't it. Next we have Robin Fierce as Real Housewife of Potomac, Karen Huger. It wasn't even memorable for me. I can't say whether she did good or bad. I don't even think she spoke much. I think she had her one opening line, and that was it. Robin is coasting in the competition right now for me, and I really want her to have a moment. I'm waiting for her moment. Next we have Selena S. Titties as the Virgin Mary. Now this was a mess for me. I did not find it funny, just loud and obnoxious. I said this on Meet the Queens. Selena screams everything. I just need her to calm down. Calm down. Just calm down. Out of the first 7 queens to compete in Snatch Game, the standout stars were Marsha as Tim Gunn and Mistress Isabel Brooks as Rosie O'Donnell. Now it's time for the second group of queens to compete, starting with Lucy LaDuca as Joan Rivers. Lucy was hands down the funniest Joan Rivers impression that I have ever seen. I laughed at every single thing she said. It made me miss Joan Rivers so much. I was laughing at Lucy LaDuca from start to finish. There was not a single moment where she did not have me laughing. She did not miss a beat. I remember watching Fashion Police just to hear what was going to come out of Joan Rivers' mouth, because Joan Rivers did not care. She would read herself. She would read celebrities. She would make jokes about her vagina all the time. It made me miss Joan Rivers so much. So congratulations, Lucy LaDuca. That is how you do Snatch Game. Next, we have Sasha Colby as televangelist Jan Crouch. I don't really remember much of anything she said, but it was saved. Next, we have Jax as the Mona Lisa. The funniest moment for Jax is when she stuck her tongue out during the introduction. That was it. That was all we got. Next, we have Sugar as Trisha Paytas. I personally don't like it when queens do social media influencers. It never turns out good, and I get it. Gen Z is being raised in the age of social media. And that's fine, but the problem is it's not funny. Snatch Game is hard. Who you choose in Snatch Game can make you or break you, and in this case, it did not go well for Sugar. Next, we have Amethyst as Tan Mom. She's been promoting herself as a comedy queen since the beginning of this season, so I'm glad that Amethyst finally got to have a moment in her element. I do think that there are queens who are funnier than she is, but she is funny. Next, we have Spice as Miley Cyrus. This was so uncomfortable to watch. The secondhand embarrassment was real, and then Sugar and Spice started doing this bit, interrupting everything. It was just really cringy. And I, for the life of me, did not understand that dumb ass laugh she kept doing. What the fuck was that? Next we have Aura Mayari as Bretman Rock, beauty influencer. Now Aura already admitted that she's a pretty dancing queen, not a comedy queen. At least she knows herself, because this was definitely not funny. I don't know who Bretman Rock is, and I don't even care to know him after her performance. It was bad. It was bad. The pit crew joined the queens as contestants for Snatch Game, and every time the camera was on Bruno, I could not stop staring between those greasy thighs. Yes, that pit crew was sitting there oily and greasy, honey. It's elimination day, and the queens hit the main stage for the judges' critiques. If you'd like to hear my commentary on the runway looks, tap that link in my profile, head over to my YouTube at The Nubian Flex, and watch Nubian's fashion review. The judges give their critiques, and the queens head back to the workroom while the judges deliberate. Back in the workroom, Sugar and Spice are going through it. They know they might have to lip sync against each other, and they are going through a ton of emotions. The twins are not as annoying as I thought they would be. They seem very self-aware, and they aren't delusional about who they are. They know exactly what they're doing. They just seem really committed to their brand and doing what made them popular to begin with. It all started to make sense when they started telling their story in the workroom. They weren't accepted by their family, and so they found acceptance in each other, and they depended on each other. I can see how both of them being gay and doing drag kind of helped give the other one strength. That's probably part of the reason why they seem so codependent, and why they're seeking a drag family and friendship. Their vulnerability has made them so much more likable.
Two kind and gentle drag souls just leaning on each other for strength. Hallelujah.
The queens are back out on the main stage, and the top three queens are Marsha, Mistress Isabel Brooks, and Lucy LaDuca. The top queen this episode is Lucy LaDuca, and the two queens in the bottom lip-syncing against each other are Sugar and Spice. This moment has come earlier than I thought it would, but here we are. The twins are lip-syncing against each other. Now both twins are hoping for a double Shantae, but no ma'am. There are way too many queens for a double Shantae. I wish RuPaul would do a double Shantae after they casted 16 fucking queens. Or bring back any of these eliminated queens. No ma'am. This lip sync was all over the place for me. It was obviously choreographed. And normally when two queens are in the workroom preparing for a lip sync, the queens are on opposite ends of the room rehearsing by themselves. But this looks like Sugar and Spice rehearsed together in the workroom and said, okay girl, come on, let's rehearse this so that way we can get a double Shantae. And no, that's not how it works. You compete against each other. That's what you signed up for. Honestly, I was ready for a double elimination. But there was no double elimination. RuPaul said, Spice, Shantae, you stay. And Sugar had to sashay away. I agree with RuPaul's decision. I could see from the first few episodes that Spice's drag was a bit more favorable and more likable than Sugar's drag. My personal top 3 favorite queens are Sasha Colby, Anitra, and Mistress Isabel Brooks. My prediction for the win is Sasha Colby. 13 queens left, but only one winner. Who will be crowned America's next drag superstar? Watch it unfold on MTV, Friday nights at 8 p.m. And join me as I break down the episode in 2 separate parts. First, I RuCap the challenges and eliminations, and then I review the runway looks. So make sure that notification is on and you subscribe to my YouTube at The Nubian Flex so you don't miss a single recap. Until next time, Drag Race fans, bye bitch!